Cheers!
Welcome to Movie Bitches. RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 8, Episode 2. First things first, shout out to our Patreon supporters. $5 a month gets you ad-free early access. $10 gets you access to our viewing parties. We're having lots of fun with these, so make sure to subscribe and share to our Patreon, but also to Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd. Oh my God, my brain.
You got this.
Yes! Follow us everywhere. Just type in Movie Bitches into Google and click follow, share.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. Ho. Someone remix that. So, episode 2 begins. We find out that the maxi challenge is RDRLive.
Right.
Which I was like,
What?
What does that mean? Because no one says SNL Live.
No, it's a Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, SNL.
So, RDRL.
Right. RDRL?
Or RDL.
But then I would think TRL. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're doing a... Now, they should do a TRL. No, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Didn't they do that? Anyway.
I think they did. It's a SNL sketch comedy episode.
Yep.
On a whole, I thought this was very well produced.
Honestly.
And they really put in a lot of time and effort.
Yeah.
And it was about as funny as your average SNL episode lately.
I would say,
like, sure.
Right?
Good.
Honestly, about as funny as an average. That's a really... I mean, considering the number of Emmys that SNL has won and that it's like
Sure.
That's great. Good for you guys. Nailed it.
And I will say that Jimbo, in her confessional look, is really giving like David Lynch, David Byrne, Evel Knievel clown.
Oh.
And I like it.
Great.
A lot. So everyone gets broken up into... this was really well produced.
Yes.
It wasn't... Everyone's... break up into two groups and everyone's in a 6-person...
No.
Really long, improvised, annoying, poorly written... No. We're doing... Some have 2 people, some have 3 people. They had the structure of SNL was already there.
Well, right.
To break it down.
Yes.
But I thought that was a really good way of separating out the queens, but still giving them all moments.
I agree.
So everyone sits around reading the scripts, and we get to, they all have a group collective and
table read, but I thought this was a great way of doing it too. Like Alexis, Michelle, and Darian just kind of start reading it. Oh, do we like it? Oh, we love it.
Do you love it? I love it.
I love it.
I love it. Do you love it? I love it.
Everyone's just kind of like, yeah, that's great. You guys do that.
Well, everyone gets the part they want, except for Naisha. And I was like, oh no, she's gonna go home. Oh no, she went home.
And I'm pissed.
She should have been Black Chyna.
She should have been Black Chyna, girl.
I should have been Black Chyna.
Oh no. Although I don't think she would have been much better as the announcer, as the weekend updater. I don't think the newscaster.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the part she wanted.
No.
I don't know if that would have been better.
Right.
I don't know if we would have had a different outcome.
I don't know.
Well, because talk about being well produced, we get Bobby Moynihan coming out, giving actually constructive and useful advice to them. What a shocker. Oh my God. Thank you. And we didn't get any of the rehearsal footage.
No.
Which means Michelle probably wasn't the director.
I don't know if there was I guess there was a director.
They had to do a run-through. There's no way they didn't do a run-through.
I guess that's true.
They had to do a dress.
But they didn't give them any feedback, clearly.
I don't know. Maybe they did.
Maybe they did. Then someone should have helped Kahana.
Someone has to go home.
Because they need someone to go home first.
Someone has to go home first.
Someone has to be in the bottom.
Change your costume. Change it around.
Change your costume, Mimi. Your costume, change it around.
They gave them enough tools to succeed in this challenge, which
Yes.
I was happy about.
Yes.
So Bobby Moynihan gives them all fun advice. Everyone's practicing. I mean, I could listen to Jessica Wilde talk about trimming my your lady bush all day.
We are going to help you with your lady bush.
All day long.
All day long.
Really loved it.
Yeah. So, quick commercial break, and we'll be back with, I was going to say SNL, but it's RDRLive.
They should have just been called RuPaul's Drag Race Live.
Yeah. And then there becomes a show that you can do.
Right.
And it's like, oh, great, this time we have these queens for RuPaul's Drag Race Live. How fun is that?
See you next Thursday Night Live?
Sure. I mean, you know what? Yes. Yes. See you next Thursday live. Night Live? See you next Thursday Night Live.
Yeah.
Continental. We'll work on that. But yes.
See you next Thursday Night Live.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, commercial break. So, we get our cold open. This was Well, I was going to say my least favorite, except for...
Well, it's always my least favorite sketch in SNL.
Typical.
The,
well,
like, political
not always,
opener,
but the political one. It's like, right, oh, God.
Oh, this isn't going to age well.
Right, Dr. Ouchie.
Okay.
Oh,
But I thought James was really funny and in character and grounded the whole thing.
Look, all known cases lead back to one RuPaul Andre Charles.
She's a super spreader!
And Naysha, I didn't think was as bad as they seemed to, but she was definitely trying too hard.
Yeah.
But at least she was trying.
At least she was trying. You know, she was kind of too much, but I'd rather be too, what do they always say? Do too much, so we tell you to scale it back, except that then they were like, go home.
Well, right, because there was no one there to help scale it back.
Right.
But I think, for me, Kahana did too little.
Oh, yeah. I think Kahana was worse this episode.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah. Lalari and Heidi are just, I don't know, reactionary scientists.
There's only an anal option.
Girl, that's cool. I'm gonna get up in there.
I mean, and no true words have been spoken that I was shooketh when
Oh my God,
James
right.
was like,
Silence! It's clear we're facing a raging epidemic of drag race franchises.
there's an epidemic of drag race seasons all over the world. And I was like, you're telling me.
Also, I wanted to add that today is the premiere of Drag Race All-Stars 8. Yes.
Over here, over there, over there, over there.
Yeah, that was funny too.
What?
Brazil, Russia. Well, that's where, like, I felt like they were too hard. Where it's like she was doing funny bits. There were funny things that were happening, Naysha. But,
Yeah.
like, because then some of them weren't working, it was like, well, that was a little annoying or a little grating or a little whatever. But, like, overall, at least she had some
I
things
think
that
she should be
laughed at.
proud of herself.
Absolutely.
I think she kept it going. It was live. I mean, the fact that nobody flubbed their lines,
Right.
you know, I feel like it was a little bit questionable if it was actually live.
Yeah.
Just gonna put that out there.
Fair.
But the fact that nobody flubbed their lines.
It might not have been live.
They said it was. Remember
Did they?
Bobby Moynihan was like, oh, you're working off cue cards? And they were like, teleprompter.
What does that have to do with being live or not?
Because you're like doing it. It's like, go. It's one take. It wasn't live as we watched it.
Well, obviously not.
But it was one take. It was like, and go.
But only one?
Well, that's what they said. That's all. That's what they said.
Okay. I would guess
maybe they did
it wasn't only one.
Maybe they did a dress rehearsal.
Sure.
But, you know, it was, I mean, because SNL does a dress rehearsal.
Right.
But it was supposedly one take and no one flubbed a single line. I was suspect.
We've been exposed! Oh, come on, CDC! Let's get
And then James's tits.
Yeah.
Just, oh my God, it's tits. What am I going to do with them? They're so big. Oh my God, it was fun. And then live from Tuckahoe, you know, it was silly.
A real place.
A real place that I went to. Thomas Jefferson's birthplace.
Wow.
Weird.
Yeah.
But I do think my favorite part of this entire episode was the fact that they bothered to recreate in painstaking detail the opening credits of SNL. And I was just like, yes. As an SNL nerd, I was like, I appreciate and see you, show.
Absolutely. I appreciated the production. It was great. All of these shots of everyone. It was really fun. I loved it. I agree.
Pouring the drinks,
Yeah.
you know, all of the insert shots.
Yeah, it was great.
I was...
Whoever edited this together.
And put the time in.
Yeah.
They took the time, and I'm still surprised that it happened.
I am too, but I really do appreciate it.
So loved this.
Yep.
And then this felt weird. So the opening monologue with the host of the show, I don't think should have been one of the queens. So it was Candy Muse, but then it's weird because it's like, oh, it's Candy Muse hosting SNL.
Right.
And not it just didn't feel quite right.
I understand that they
somehow.
wanted to replicate the structure.
But then have Bobby Moynihan come in and be the host of, you know, See You Next Thursday Live.
Right.
And then have Candy Muse come, oh, I'm joining, you know, like as like Kasha Davis, because they
like
do
Kasha
that
Davis.
or whatever.
Yeah.
Make it that. Somehow it just went, oh, wait, what?
Right, like when Fred Armisen is going to be like in the studio audience, like, you know.
Yeah, have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Thank you. You know,
Yeah.
This is the only one that felt like, huh? A little bit.
A little bit in the production of it. Like where you're just like, well, now I don't know who, is she Candy Muse as Candy Muse? Is she doing a skit?
Notoriously the monologues are not
great.
Well, they're not great, but they're also personal.
Right.
Right? It's like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Is this Candy Muse talking about herself?
I'm famous person telling anecdote about
this,
X,
and
Y,
I
or
now
Z.
have this thing that I'm here to promote, which is why I'm here.
I know what you're thinking. So that's Christine Baranski, the lady from Sybil. Yes, I am. But I thought tonight would be a good chance to tell you about some of the other things I've done.
So anyway, it was a little bit strange, but then, Candy said all of the words and was confident.
Yes.
And it wasn't funny, but I wasn't uncomfortable watching her.
No.
And then Kasha Davis comes out to interrupt her.
Yep.
It was mildly funny.
Mildly funny.
I call it Shakespeare. Bitch, that's just not funny. I remember.
It was okay. And
Oh,
then-
I have an idea for a great skit. Oh, they already did that. Oh, the Shakespeare thing was funny.
Sure. We don't talk about it.
Don't joke about that.
Well, and at this point I was like, wait. Is Mrs. Kasha Davis just Joanne Worley? Like, there's a real vibe of...
Interesting.
That she talks like she's got a lot of attitude.
We got a great show.
I don't know if she's as fabulous as Joanne Worley.
No.
No offense.
No, who is?
Who is?
I was in the pool doing my exercises.
There's a vibe there.
Yeah, sure. I get it. So then I think probably the most successful sketch for me
Yes.
was the McCall girls horticulturist. It is kind of hard to say, but also the joke was that they're whores.
Well, this was giving crystal glass. What was
Yes,
the,
opulent. No, that's different.
Moet Chambin Champagne. All the opulence of a cosmopolitan beverage.
And I don't know if this was intentional or not, but there is a quintessential thing for me of SNL when someone breaks.
Uh-huh.
And you could notice when Kasha comes in, Jimbo starts to kind of give a little bit of a break. Not like unprofessionally, but just enough of like a... And I was like, you know what? I feel like that might be intentional. A little.
Maybe a little. I think Jimbo's very intentional.
But I appreciated it.
Of course, that's not a bad thing. But yes, the horticulturist Jessica is using this breastplate for everything. We trim your hedges, and it was just like very aggressive.
Very aggressive.
It's streaming, gutter cleaning, sewer drowning, and stump work.
But it was a good counterbalance then with Jimbo, who was a little just more dumb and...
Jimbo was like method acting, vacant bimbo.
Yes.
So everything, if you looked at just her eyes, the eyelashes, she blinked in a way that was slower, and the facial expressions of like, it's really
she
hard.
was really the luxury.
Yeah, yes.
Glamour.
Bubbles. Ever Nursery. You'll feel like you're bouncing on the face of luxury.
It's really hard to play vacant.
Yes.
Well.
Yes.
And she nailed it.
Yeah.
And the dirty tits and they were having so much fun.
Yes.
And then Mrs. Kasha Davis comes out as Barb, the lesbian, wheeled out on this Home Depot cart. And I thought she was really good. She felt the most like, this is a character I've worked on.
Yes.
This is my audition character.
Absolutely.
Of,
I thought it was really good.
I thought she was great.
Great.
They got me to try topiary for the first time, and now my crazy bush looks like an adorable squirrel.
And she was kind of giving me like, it was like a character that Jennifer Saunders would have done. She almost kind of looked like Jennifer Saunders in like, obviously like a stereotypical lesbian workout outfit, whatever.
Yeah.
It felt like that. And that's a high caliber of comedy.
It felt like a fully realized character.
Yeah, I was impressed.
I was like, damn girl.
Yeah, this skit was great.
Yes, it was. Jessica's getting her money's worth out of that breastplate.
Well, we will talk about it.
It was worth it.
Yes.
Those coconuts have earned you a cash tip of $30,000.
Yeah.
But anyway, next up is Weekend Update.
Yeah.
QNN.
Yeah, Queen Network News.
Heidi and Lala Ree are the newscasters.
Yeah.
This was
fine.
Okay. I think the most successful Weekend Updaters, at least of late, because it used to be just one person.
Right.
The most successful team, Weekend Updaters are the ones that would play with each other, interact with each other. You know, the funniest things that Michael Che and Colin Jost, like they're at their funniest when they're nagging each other.
Sure.
And then they make each other read.
I don't care for either of them really that much.
Sure.
As Weekend Updaters.
But the funniest part to me is when they'll like switch jokes and they'll make each other say terrible things or whatever, like when they're playing with each other. And the same thing when they have guests on Weekend Update. The funniest ones are when they're playing
yes.
with the, the character,
Yes.
whatever. They're not in their own world. They're like trying to make Colin laugh.
Exactly.
Whatever. Jafar, you know.
Cicely Strong and her
see-
glass of wine.
We really don't have to be so loud.
Oh, go ahead and judge me, Callum. But I'm proud to be a small-town girl who grew up on an airport tarmac.
Did you see when Bo and Yang did Jafar? And it was funny.
Did my John Waters stash not tip you off? Of course I'm gay, you petulant fool. My waist is snatched, my eyeliner on point. My final form is a yoked genie with gorgeous nails.
I haven't watched Saturday Night Live in probably 7 years.
That's fine. I dip in and
I
out.
see this. I see the clips online.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Disante. The gay shall stay, and you sashay away.
Now, Bo and Yang should have been on this episode.
Let's meet our Snatchler.
Bo and Yang.
As the host
Yes.
of this show.
I would have loved that.
And he could have elevated.
Yes.
Anyway, there was a lot of whole jokes.
Right.
And
Prolapsed anus. Lady Bunny's prolapsed anus.
Bianca Del Rio recently fell out of Lady Bunny's prolapsed anus.
That wasn't their fault, I don't think. I don't think they wrote it. It was a script that they were given, but...
Oh, no, but you can sell a joke.
Well,
and
that-
it was okay.
It was okay.
Heidi was selling it more.
Yes.
She really, and then was doing physical comedy and
Right.
stuff like that.
Lala's timing was a little off. And then they have the guest
Oh,
of
boy.
Kahana.
Pussy
as-
Jones.
Yeah.
I was quite excited about this because I was expecting, a lot. Whenever someone gets like the weird animal character or whatever, like sometimes they can really shine with it.
Sometimes, but it's rare. I find it's rare because it's written so, like the writing for this was not great.
I am Pussy Jones, a fierce advocate, or should I say, advocate for the feline nation.
No,
So
and
you'd
it
have to
was
be
so
really
long.
good to turn it into
It was
something
so
good.
long, but
yeah.
she looked cute, but it was super boring.
Super boring.
And not funny.
No.
And she needed to go full cat.
Sure.
And she went Josie and the Pussycats.
Sure.
And it was more like, I'm cute.
Right, she needed to go full Doja Cat at the Met Gala.
Meow.
Okay, great. So tell me more about that.
Be honest with me and go into detail. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Meow. Meow.
Or Danny Beard in, with the laser.
Oh, sure.
cutter.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's ways to do it.
There
There's
are.
ways to do it. And
Yeah.
this just unfortunately was the worst of the night. The
Right.
most boring.
It was boring, and you don't want to do that on a comedy sketch show. So then the last sketch was...
It was Coffee Talk.
Coffee, yeah, right. It was Coffee Talk.
Welcome to Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Linda Richmond.
And then I think part of why this episode worked so well was because they just copied Saturday Night Live.
Copy
there
paste,
was
yeah.
there was such a clear reference for them to just
For certain ones,
steal
yeah,
from.
exactly, yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
it
they
was-
had a guideline and followed it. Oh my
right.
God, what a novelty. Fuck.
Yeah.
Welcome to the House of Love, the show where we talk about all the things we love about New Jersey.
Like butter.
Just like butter.
So like butter. Like two sticks of butter lashed together in a rough-hewn manner.
Like a big stick of butter.
Just like
Oh,
it.
I'm all verklempt. I mean, it's easy to do because it's such like a fun, stupid thing, and
Yeah.
it's great. New
And
Jersey,
they were both
talking
really
about their
fun.
favorite New Jersey girl.
Hello, ladies. All this talk about food, I'm getting hungry, girls.
Do we like it? We love it. We love it. I love
Oh, you don't love it.
it. Yeah, right.
This
You
had
know-
a good rhythm.
Yes.
The jokes repeated, but like that's funny sometimes, and
Yeah.
it's comforting. Oh,
Yeah.
they're gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
This was also giving a little bit of, remember that like New York Moms show that Amy Poehler and Maya Rudolph would do, and they had the wigs.
Hello, welcome to our show. This is Bronx Beat. I'm Betty Caruso. She's Jody Dietz.
Wow. They were, mom, kind of like housewifey moms, and they had their own show because they needed to get away from their kids, and
No, I don't remember that.
there was a little bit of that.
But sorry, I just got distracted because I was thinking about one, Cecily Strong should have been here.
Absolutely.
Two, you have to watch Schmigadoon,
Okay.
Chicago.
Chicago, okay.
And three, I would have loved a jing jangle. Oh, from the Smuckers commercial.
Right where we started, smack! Oh my God, I do remember!
Type sketch for this because that would have been great.
Well, those were two different.
No, I know, but I'm saying
I love it.
I love it. Do you love it?
I love it. Do you love it?
I love it.
something like that,
Sure.
right? Give the queens an opportunity to perform,
Right.
but also make it really stupid and funny.
Yeah.
But also a very specific reference.
Yeah.
Love it.
And they should have had them, I mean, if we're going for broke, have them be a band too. The musical guest this week is...
Oh, I love that.
You know,
that
something.
could have been fun.
Right?
Yeah, I guess they didn't have the runtime for it all, but you know.
So make a joke out of it or do something.
Exactly.
Or...
At the very least, you could have done too, ladies and gentlemen, The Weeknd. You know, like they always have there's an
The
entire...
Weeknd update.
Yeah. There's a
Sure.
There's a Twitter account that's just people announcing the musical guest.
Okay.
And it's really weird and niche, but fun, where it's just like, and then there's this celebrity saying, ladies and gentlemen, garbage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Johnson.
It's always interesting to me, and maybe no one else, what they're wearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's not the monologue
No.
look.
No.
And it's not the credits look. It's the, and the musical guest is look. And it's a different look.
Yeah. It's a fun blast from the past. I highly recommend it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cher.
But I thought they both did a great job.
Yeah,
I
they
was
did.
very distracted by Alexis's boob.
Right, her breastplate went up right to here.
Gap?
And it was a weird...
The suction, something happened, and I was distracted. That was something I was distracted
That is
by.
one of the hard things of those breastplates.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, where do you cut the line? And I get it, but...
I don't always see. It was something about the angle, and maybe it wasn't tight enough.
Yeah.
And maybe she usually has a necklace on it. I don't know what
Right,
it was, but it was
right.
distracting. But then we get the good night closing credits, because it was weird that Candy wasn't in, because she's the host.
Right, she wasn't in
any
anything
of the
else.
sketches. It was a little. That was the only one that was like, what? But anyway, Lala replaying the saxophone really got me. It really got me.
Yeah.
I loved it so much.
Great. Anyway, quick commercial break, and we will be back with the runway. Category is Net Gala.
Is it your first Met?
Yes, so category is Net Gala. First
Her
out-
jugs are bigger than her nets?
Nobody's jugs are bigger than her nets.
Would you pull that crap with a net?
Would you pull that crap with a net?
Anyway, first up, Naysha Lopez in this black, kind of sexy...
Spiderweb.
Yes.
Kiss of the Spider Woman.
Yes.
Painted on, dripping.
Yeah, I like this.
Beautiful wig. I thought she looked really pretty. Her face was a little bit too lighter than her body. Somehow her head continuously looks like it's smaller and, detached. I don't know. She needs to have a bigger wig or something.
Right, the proportion.
I don't know,
and
something about it, but she really can paint.
Yes.
And it was beautiful, and the wig
Yeah.
was good. I liked this. I like this.
I like this.
But next out, James Mansfield. And I loved
this.
Yeah. Loved this.
Yeah.
This lacy, netted jumpsuit thing with like the boa across the shoulders. But then, the wig was the star.
The hairnet wig.
This huge fucking hairspray hairnet wig with the rollers still in it.
But then also the ponytail coming down on the side.
And this is a different silhouette for James.
Yes.
I really liked it a lot.
Yeah, I love this.
This is my favorite look of hers so far.
So then next, Candy Muse, and I hated this. I'm so sorry, but it was this hot pink, terrible jumpsuit that you see her dressed in later on the side.
It's very cheap.
Right, it was like, it's like a Lycra pink, bodysuit.
Yeah.
And then she had this big tulle with her face.
It was her face, I think. It looked like really bad cappuccino art.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, it was like
Sort of-
rough latte art,
It
spray
had,
painted.
got an earthquake and it sort of bled a little bit, and then it was like.
But also, I was annoyed because I don't think I really consider tulle to be a net.
Sure, I think it was ugly. So
Yeah, that too.
even if it had been netting, it was still ugly.
Sure, fair. Sorry, not for me.
Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. So then next out, Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Oh boy.
In this
Butterfly
net, velvet corseted queen.
Yeah.
Lollipop Kingdom.
Okay.
Lady.
And also Miss Frizzle.
A little bit of Miss Frizzle. Like we're going out on a nature walk.
It was very Magic School Bus, actually. I think when you look at the color palette.
But then the pencil skirt.
This pencil skirt, what a mess.
With ankle boots.
Oh.
But then
So it's just these
Peplum.
thick calves. And I was like, but why? What's happening?
It should have just been a circle skirt.
Yeah.
Or something else. The skirt was a mess.
The skirt, the lines, it was bad.
Anyway, it wasn't great.
No, this was not good.
I do like her.
Yes.
Quite a bit.
But this look was not it.
Oh, My God. Okay, so I said last episode that Jimbo's look was my favorite look. I still think I like last week's better just because oh my God. Okay, so she comes out in this selfie Hellraiser Cenobite sex toy, like Mr. Freeze from the cartoon, with the teeny tiny little. You'd ever watch the Batman cartoon?
No.
Mr. Freeze with the little tinted glasses, and then, oh my God, I was so obsessed with this. Something about it was reminding me of Dark City. I was just so into this.
There was something very cartoony about it. There was something that also really reminded me of Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. I think it was like an android robot-y, because they're all robots in that movie. That movie's weird. But then with the lenses, it was all very like something. This was so much, and I loved it.
It felt like if Clive Barker and David Cronenberg had a sex dream together. This happened. I don't know. I was so into it.
Yeah. So the next Miss Jessica Wilde in this more butterflies. I mean, I guess I get it, right? But it's a little on the nose, everyone. There were 3 different butterfly looks.
They're showing a lot of florals right now, so I was thinking I could
Florals? For spring. Groundbreaking.
Didn't they learn from Asia O'Hara?
Right, the curse.
Don't bring a butterfly.
I mean, they were not live, so I guess they did learn.
That's true.
But yes, anyway, Jessica Wilde has the best butterfly look.
This was the best of the butterfly looks.
Yes.
Netted jodhpurs.
Yeah. I like this a lot.
Chaps. Netted butterfly jodhpur chaps.
Cool.
Into it.
Yeah.
Next out, Heidi in Closet.
Yes.
In this netted. This was fashion now.
Yes.
With the. Well, I mean, again, I'm loving the branding, but it's coming in hot, and I'm just like, be aware.
Yeah. Apply the gap sparingly.
Mind the gap.
Mind the gap.
That was the joke you were looking for. In this like culottes mock turtleneck, almost Japanese gi, like
a little bit.
Just like it was really good. That sort of unisex androgyny vibe, that's really popular. Into it.
Really into this. Loved it.
Oh boy, next out, Lala Ree in this black corseted, but then she forgot her pants. It was like she had a bodysuit corset on.
Okay.
But then it was as if she didn't snap it under the crotch. That's not actually what happened. But it was as if she didn't snap it under the crotch, so then it just went down, but it was sheer everywhere else, so it looked like she had forgotten her pants.
I remember this. Yes. Sorry, it took me a real long time, because this was just kind of whatever. I didn't think it was that bad, but I didn't think it was anything special.
No, and it did look like she had lost her pants.
A little bit. But her body, because the net was there. It was all netting.
But somehow find a way for it to end. It looked like the crotch snaps had, oh no, and then like it needed a line. Something happened. It didn't finish.
Next, Kahana. That's, you remember? From her season, it was only once or twice, but we do Kahana. Anyway, next up, Kahana in this like ocean-y Kahana, because she was like Moana.
Aquaman in Vegas. You
Sure.
know, the Vegas show. The Cirque du Soleil of Aquaman.
Ooh, I like
in
that
Vegas.
actually. I'm into that.
Sure.
It's like where they like dive into the water.
Yeah.
On board.
Okay, great. Bejeweled, fabulous.
One of them could be dressed as like a giant crab, and maybe they get pulled up out of a net, but then they like cut it, and then it falls into the water.
Octopus playing the bongos.
Ooh, well, sure. The Duke is the... No.
Remember when that
The
happened?
flute is the Duke of Soul, or something like that?
You're talking about
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid. I'm talking about Aquaman when there was the octopus playing the bongos.
What?
You don't remember? It was the best part of the whole movie.
I forgot that entirely, I'm sorry to say. I do remember him riding a dolphin or something.
I don't know.
A seahorse? Did they ride seahorses?
Maybe.
It was very Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, I was. But anyway, yes, she's got a trident and a crown, and it was very, again, bejeweled bikini, Vegas. I like it a lot, but I'm ready
Something
for
different.
more. I'm ready for more.
Yeah, I get that.
Next out, Darian Lake in this stupid basketball look that I was delighted by. I don't know. I thought it was really stupid with like
Nothing
holding
but
it
net.
up and then just like wearing it in the ball gown. It fit really nice.
Yeah. It was fun.
It was campy and stupid.
It was.
I liked it.
And then last up, Alexis Michelle in this kind of nude mesh, structured,
petaled tulips. This was really very good.
It was.
But last week was
gorgeous.
Literal perfection.
Yeah.
So now she set the bar so high. I mean, this was like, just under it.
Just under it.
But, like,
It was
just so.
It was really tailored and beautiful.
Really nice.
It was just to me kind of like, oh, you just really wanted to wear a gown.
Yeah.
And so you just did it with some mesh on top instead of like really embracing
the net
gala, right? Get a little campier with it. I didn't see any of that. It was just, she's pretty.
Very pretty. So it is announced that Heidi, James, and Jimbo are in the top.
Yep.
I think that's right.
Yes.
Maybe Jessica.
Yeah.
And
it didn't really matter because Jimbo wins.
Because Jimbo wins. And I was really, really, really excited to see her lip sync in this fucking crazy outfit. And then she changed into this like Randy Savage WWF. It was fun.
Yeah.
But I was sad because I was like, oh my God, if she had to lip sync to She Bop in this fucking crazy selfie, I mean, I would have really liked it.
Sure.
I want to see it.
Yeah. But yes, so she and Reveal Yourself.
Reveal yourself.
Is that what she says?
Yeah.
Love that. That makes sense. Oh, Pangina Heels, who we are not familiar with, but really love this lip sync.
I am now, and I'm very excited to explore more.
Yeah. People were saying that they didn't love this lip sync, and I was like, no, I thought it was really great.
Well, apparently Jimbo's
not great.
much. The lip sync isn't her strongest.
Fair.
And I guess there was a bunch of drama with her and Pangina on UK.
Well, right, because they voted off and
voted
whatever.
Her off. She seemed to be psyched out even more so that it was her.
Pangina? Why?
Oh, the coincidences just keep piling up.
Right. Oh, it just happened to be that she... Yeah, whatever.
Like, I don't think she didn't deserve the win or anything. Like,
oh, no.
She was fucking great. But
yeah.
They definitely, put things into place so they would work out.
Right.
But they lip synced to She Bop by Cyndi Lauper. Love this. And, Jimbo was cute.
Yeah.
But Pangina, when she basically pegged herself on stage, I was having a great time. She's just like,
It was great. I was really living for it.
Yeah.
I was so into it. So.
And I fucking love this song, so it was great.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you singing along. It was actually really helpful for me to sync to...
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
And I did love that Pangina perfectly synced the echo at the end of the song. It was great. I was really into it. So Pangina wins.
Yes.
And so it's the group vote and Naysha goes home.
Yes.
I think it makes sense based on that Kahana had won last week.
Sure.
Everyone kind of used that as like a,
yeah.
Kahana might have been the worst this week, but
she won last week. So it could have gone either way. If it were me, I would have sent Kahana home. I thought she did worse.
Right.
But I would have rather seen her.
But is it track record or is it?
Well, right. Ugh, that's why I don't like any of this.
Hate it.
Whatever. Anyway, that's how it happened. 30 grand is up for grabs next week.
Oh, right. Keep rolling on over. 30 grand now up for grabs.
Yeah.
This is going to be more than the prize for...
It was close. $35,000.
Or what is it? House of Fame game.
Fame game.
The queen of the fame games.
Yeah.
Eventually that pot is going to get big, but it didn't.
No.
We'll get there. We'll talk about it we'll talk about it soon.
Yes.
But yes, Naysha goes home. Sad to see her go, but I'm happy she got to compete.
Absolutely. So cheers, and we will see you next Thursday for episode 3.
People ask us how, after all these years, we can still be friends.
Well, that's easy. We were never friends in the first place.